What is up, land of YouTube? We've got Wonder Chart action. On the very far right, you see this dim blue vertical line. That is December 31st, the last Friday of the month. Also, Bitcoin futures expiration dates. This chart essentially is a predictor in time of where Bitcoin is going to dump and pump. The white horizontal lines are some good resistance and support levels. Every one of these red vertical lines is the last Friday of a month. There's one green one here, last Friday of the month. The red lines represent where it's dumped down to that date, to the general area of that date. The one green lines where it pumped up to that general area. The yellow lines are where the pump starts, generally within days of the red line. The blue lines are where the dump starts. This is generally a monthly pattern. It's actually the last Friday in the month. So it's not really a monthly pattern. It's kind of the last Friday of the monthly pattern. This is a very good chart, not necessarily for zooming in on short time frames and trying to trade, but this is really good information. I want to point out specifically for this video, my last video, it's been a couple weeks, so maybe my last video, I said this is basically probably what's going to happen, this kind of price action, and there it is, right there. See that? After these basically catastrophic dumps where a bunch of people lose a bunch of money, right? There's not going to be a whole lot of pumpage for a month or two at least. And there it is. That's basically it. So the last time this happened, it had this little pump dump, and then nice pump, and then a big old dump right down the red line again. So that's kind of what I'm feeling here. It started 2 candles ago. It's already a 7% dump. I'm expecting it to come down a little further in the next few days. The smallest dump we've had is 9% here to a red line. So back here in early December, I basically saw this whole next 2 months playing out similar to what we're seeing here. So that would say maybe January, at the end of January, we might have this pump coming up, and this will be another green line. So what it depends on is the big bets on the futures markets. Are they betting Bitcoin is going to go way up or way down, right? And this was probably the one time on this chart. This was probably the one time where there was big bets on the futures markets, the futures products, that Bitcoin was going to dump, right? That was the majority sentiment that Bitcoin was going to crash on your head, right? And it did crash from, it's like a 20% crash, but it didn't go down to like 10,000. But so keep that in mind for the end of January. There could be another green line coming, but I think this month now, the next couple of days, if we zoom in, I do believe this is going to be another red line. I've been pretty sharp with this chart of mine. Like I say, for short time frames, day trading, this chart isn't that great. But for long terms, this just for informational purposes, it probably doesn't get a whole lot better than a chart like this. So let's measure the last month that we can compare it to. That was approximately 30% dump. I don't think it's going to be nearly that big now, but it could be surprising. There could be another red candle death wick coming this week. You'll be watching this Tuesday, early Tuesday morning is when this will probably be published. So far, it's 7%. I'm expecting it to come down to at least probably 10%. It might not get too wild. It might come down to like and wick off of 45,500. So I'm expecting this to be a red line, right? Dumpage down to it, and then I'm looking for the bottom, wherever it bottoms out. Let's just say it's 45,000 area, 45,000, 45,500. A couple days after the red line, I'm looking for a pump of some sorts. Early January, first week of January, second week of January, pumpage of some sorts. Might not be too much, but here would be like the January, right? I'm kind of expecting something like this. Maybe not a drastic. This was a 20% dump back here last time. This was the month of July. A 3-week 20% dump. I don't know if it's going to do that or not, but it's going to be this kind of sideways down and up. I would expect probably for another few weeks, maybe another month. Okay, so there are no certainties, but looking for the yellow line sometime out here. There's never been a yellow line more than like 5 or 6 days after a red line. The yellow line could come like the day before the red line. The yellow line, if I haven't said it already, is where the pump starts. It's probably going to be in this ballpark here, right? And then we'll look for the blue line in January. The blue line dumpage is going to be out here somewhere, right? Boom, like that. And then that last Friday of January could produce the second green pump up to it. We're just going to have to play it by ear and just keep an eye on it. But in the next few days, I am expecting a little more dumpage. Now, this is the daily chart, so it could dump and pump on a 1 hour and 4 hour and blah, 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 blah. But let's zoom in to where we're at right now. Right there. Maybe it kind of hangs out here, but you don't see a lot of the detail on the daily chart. But I am expecting it to come down here. Watch for a wick to 45,500. Do you see? Let's see. Let's say for this video, let's move this white line up here. I had it at 44. So that's kind of strange. For this video, move it up here. These bottoms of these wicks are 45,400. That's a good spot. I'm going to call 45,400. Next few days, probably dump down a wick to there. And then that might be the bottom. Now, this is not a certainty. It could come all the way down to like 41,000 again. But wherever it bottoms out, this yellow line will be printed and the next pump will begin. I don't know how big of a pump it will be, but we'll just play it by ear. But anyways, the next few days, I'm watching for the dumpy do. And I have other stuff to talk about, but I'll just leave it for another video. Keep it simple, to the point, and just one little subject here. I sure hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thanks for watching.